Hi everyone, welcome to the last workout of our series of 3. I hope you've enjoyed it. So this one is all about bringing everything together. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be the first to be notified of any new workouts that I'll be doing. Let's get started. So let's start on all fours. Place your shoulders above your wrists, knees underneath your hips, and you want to focus on a long spine. So think of an arrow line from your crown to your tailbone. Straighten your arms, keep your elbow joints soft. Breathing out, tuck your tailbone under. Draw your navel up towards your spine, push down firmly into the heel of the palms and lift your chest. Breathing out, so making a C shape with the spine. Take an inhale here. Exhale, ripple out, tailbone leads the way. Find that length in the center. Now surge your chest through your arms and lift your eye gaze. Pull your shoulders back. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. Exhale, so it's lower back, mid back, and then your upper back. Beautiful stretch. Breathing in. Exhale, ripple out. Find that length in the center. Surge your chest through and lift your eye gaze. Let's do one more. Lower back, mid back, and then your upper back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, ripple out. Find that length in the center. Surge your chest through and lift your eye gaze. And let's come back to that long spine. So find that arrow line from your crown to your tailbone. Think of balancing a cup of coffee or glass of champagne on your spine. Let's take the right fingertips to the floor, then extend your left leg, toes to the floor. Feel the weight shift to the right side, but bring the weight into the middle. Navel up and in. As you exhale, right bicep to your ear as you lift your left leg. Now stay here. If you find that you're struggling with your balance, just lower your hand to the mat. We're going to tap the left toes, down and up. Tap and lift. So think about reaching your fingertips away from your toes and try not to open your left hip to get that leg up. 4 more and lower. 3. Are you breathing? Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Last one, hold. Now let's circle out and in. 7. Navel up and in. Try not to let your hips move. It's a lot of stabilization here. Remember, option is here. Land your arm if you need to. Last 3, 2, keep those hips still. Last one, go for more length and come back down onto all fours. Reset. Shoulders back and down, navel up and in. Left fingertips to the floor. Extend your right toes. Feel the weight shift to the left side, but bring it into the center. Navel up and in as you lift your arm, bicep to your ear, lift your leg. Are your hips and shoulders square to the mat? Let's tap the toes, down and up. And I'm really trying to get length, as much distance between your fingers and your toes. Breathing out and in. And I'm not bending my knee to get my leg up. I'm using the glute. Last 2, exhale. Last one, hold it up. Go for more length, let's circle, out and around. Navel up and in, beautiful. 4 more, keep those hips still. 3, long leg, stir the part of the leg. Last one, go for length and lower back down. Take your knees wide. Sit your sit bones down to your heels, lower your chest between your arms. And bend your elbows. Just relax for a moment and breathe. Tuck that tailbone under and slowly roll back up. Bone by bone. Beautiful. Let's take a seat. So I'd like you to sit as tall as you can get. If you're struggling with length here, grab a cushion, sit on top of it, or maybe fold your mat. What I want you to focus on is a long spine. Take your arms in front of you, turn your palms up. Now take your palms out to the side. So here we want to stack the shoulders above the ribs, ribs above the hips. I want you to focus on keeping the lower body still. So rotate towards me, double breath, exhale. Inhale, see if you can lift a little taller through the center. To the other side, breathing out. Inhale and lengthen. Now just a little tip here. Look at your feet, your toes, make sure they are level. If one foot is longer than the other, then it means your hips are moving. And I want you to keep that lower body and upper body separated. So you're rotating through the waist, a little taller. Palms face up to open that shoulder joint. 2 more. Exhale, exhale, last one. Come back to the center, go a little taller and lower the hands down. I'd like you to bend your knees. Pop them hip distance apart. Take your arms out in front of you. Take a breath in. Let's find length. Exhale. Roll your hips towards your ribs and we're going to lower down, coming onto our elbows. So one elbow down and then the other. And just adjust your feet here. So have a look. Don't do this. You want to push down into the forearms and you want to lift your chest so your neck is long and make sure you're looking straight ahead. You want to think of pushing the lower back into the mat. Physically, you're not going to get there, but it's a rolling of the hips towards the ribs and you'll feel those abdominals engage. So I don't want you to look like that. So roll the hips towards the ribs, pull your navel down. Now push down firmly through those forearms and lift your chest. Try and keep the distance you've created between your lower ribs and your hips exactly the same. Float one leg and then the other one. So we've come into tabletop without adjusting anything. Let's try and grow a little taller. Take your left foot first, reach it away. Inhale, exhale, and pull it in. Then take the right. So here we're aiming not to just do this, right? We're lengthening from the hip joint. And nothing is changing in our torso. Keep pushing down through those forearms. Let's go. 4 more. Exhale, pull it in. And 3. And pull it in. 2 more. Try and close and soften your ribs. Last one. So the option is to stay with this, but if you want to go a little more, let's extend those legs. Make sure you haven't collapsed. Push down through those forearms. Keep rolling the hips towards the ribs. I'd like you to lower your left leg. Lower and lift. So you're parallel. No rotation. Keep rolling the hips towards the ribs. Keep lifting out of your chest. If this is too much and you're fatiguing through your lower back, go back to the toe taps. Beautiful. Lengthen. Let's do 4 more. Breathing. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. Bend your knees. And let's lower all the way down to the floor. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Your feet are hip distance apart. Pelvis is neutral. So pubic bone, hip bones on the same level. Little pocket of air between that lower spine and the mat. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. You want a long neck. Think about softening and closing those ribs. So let's lift your legs into tabletop. Here I'll feel my lower back on the mat. Breathing out, nod your chin. You're looking at your thighs. Now peel your shoulder blades off as you lift up a little higher. Take your hands just below your kneecap and extend your left leg. So lower back is on, we're bicycling. But I want you to pull, exhale, exhale, switch. So actually use those arms and pull your leg towards your thigh, towards your chest. Eye gaze towards the thighs. Lower back is on. So we're building abdominal strength here. If you're feeling too much through your neck, land your head. Shoo, 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 shoo. Exhaling as you pull in. Lower back is on. Let's go. 4 more. Breathing out. Keep lifting that chest. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. See if you can extend those arms and peel a little higher. And just release your head for a moment. Keep your legs where they are. Take your arms out to the T. Take your fingertips behind your head. So your elbows are in your peripheral vision. My lower back is firmly grounded. Let's start off by rotating towards me. Exhale, rotate. So take your top shoulder blade on top of your bottom one, and you want those hips to stay level on the mat. And then lower back down. Let's go to the other side. Exhale. And release the head and neck in the center. So you really want to come back to that isolation like we did earlier in that seated position. Lower body stays still as you rotate through the upper body. breathing out, and try not to pull on your neck. Now, if it's available, let's add the legs. So we're going to extend the back leg. Now just switch to the other side. Breathe out. Remember, if this is not for you, toe tap. So this is your option. Elbows wide. Otherwise, you're lengthening that leg. Back of the hips stay on, and you keep the work through the waistline. Don't pull on your neck. Let's do 4 more. Breathing out. 4. Breathe. 2. Last one. Come back to the center. Extend those fingertips. Lift a little higher and release everything down. Just let your heels hang, and just let's roll the head from side to side, releasing your neck. Beautiful. Feet are flat and grounded, hip distance apart. Heels a comfortable distance from your buttocks. So now we're going to start to bring our attention to the back of the bodies, your hamstrings and your glutes. So we're neutral to start. Pubic bone, hip bones on the same level. Pull your shoulders a little bit away from your ears and walk your fingertips towards your heels. So we start off with a pelvic curl. So we're rolling the hips towards the ribs. Now we want to really feel that lower back into the mat. Breathe in. On the exhale, I'd like you to initiate your glutes to pick up your hips, and you're going to peel up bone by bone, making sure you don't leave any vertebra out, coming all the way up onto the top of your back. Just take a moment here. I want you to try and get a straight line from your underarm to your hip, to your knees. Try not to flare your ribs at the top. Breathe in. And on the exhale, melt your sternum bone down and replace the vertebra, bone by bone. Feel that lower back connect, and then lengthen your tailbone away from your crown. Let's go again. Breathing in. Exhale, initiate the glutes to lift, and we peel up bone by bone, making sure you're not flaring those ribs at the top. Take an inhale, and then exhale, let's melt down slowly. Breathe. Try and connect to your breath. Can you take a moment to check in with your knees? Keep going. Make sure those knees are running on tram tracks. They're not rolling out or in. You want to feel all 10 toes on the mat. Breathe in, and then exhale, we replace bone by bone. So we're trying to connect to the breath, connect to the abdominals, and mobilize the spine. 1 more. Inhale. Initiate those glutes to lift the hips, and I'd like you to stay at the top. Now I'd like you to stay here, pick up your left leg. We're doing a bit of weight transference. Don't drop your left hip. Make sure your hips are level. Lower through the foot, toe ball heel. Hips stay still. Pick up your right leg. Exhale. Lower, toe ball heel. Pick up your left. So it's like I'm marching, but my hips stay as still as I can get them. So a lot of work through those abs. And also I'm hinging from that hip joint. A little bit of resistance with those arms. Stay here. Now let's see if we can lift the heels, coming right up onto your toes. So you'll feel a little bit more work through the hamstrings. If this is too much, keep your heels grounded. Watch those knees. Hips are level. We pick up the left leg. We lower toe ball heel. Not the heel. We keep the heel off. Pick up your right leg. Lower the toes, keep the heels off, and then you're going to land both heels together. So that's the flow. We lift the heels. Left leg, exhale. Lower the toes, right leg, exhale. Lower the toes, and then we lower both the heels. Let's go again. Exhale, heels lift. Pick up the left. Make sure the hips aren't moving. Pick up the right. Your heels stay lifted, both of them, and now you ground both your heels. We're going again. Pick up the heels. Come right up onto the tiptoes. Left knee lifts. Lower the toes only. Right knee lifts. Lower the toes. Keep the heels off. Now ground both heels, but don't let your hips drop. 2 more. Pick up your heels. Pick up the left knee and feel the work through the hamstrings. Heels are off. Right knee. Heels are off, and then you ground them. Last one. Both heels lift. Left leg, lower the toes only. Right leg, watch those hips. Lower the toes, now land your heels. My hips haven't shifted, and now I melt down slowly. You want to rush, take it slow. Breathing out. Lower back connects, and then lengthen the tailbone away. If your shoulders have shifted, pull them away from your ears. We're going again. Pelvic tuck to start. Initiate the glutes to lift and we peel up bone by bone, coming all the way up to the top. Pick up your left leg, feel the weight shift onto the right side. Watch your hips, they need to stay level. Extend your toes to the ceiling and flex the left foot. Lot of work to that right glute. Option, bend your knee. Let's go. We tap the hips to the floor. Exhale, we drive up and we hit the straight line only. 7 more. And lift. 6. Squeeze the butt. 5. Ooh, no back. 4. Don't flare your ribs. 3 more. And squeeze. Breathe. Push the heel to the ceiling. Last one. Hold it up. Bend that knee. Are your hips lifted? Lower toe ball heel. Stay where you are. Pick up your right leg. Hold. Option to stay here or extend the leg to the ceiling and drop your toes. Let's go. 8. Tap. Drive up. 7. And push. 6. Keep the hips level. 5. Breathe. If you're getting cramp, release. 3 more. Push. 2. Hit the straight line. Last one. Hold. Bend that knee. Lower toe ball heel. My hips are level. Now take it slow as we melt the sternum down. Connect each and every vertebra. Breathe out. Ooh, feels good. Lower back touches. Lengthen the tailbone away and release. Oh yes, lots of hamstrings. Extend both your legs. Pull up your toes. Take your arms above your head. Don't flare your ribs. Breathing out. Look down your body and we scoop. Pull back into your hip bones and reach for your toes. Stay here. Soften your jaw. Relax your face. Now, if you can't reach your toes, that's fine. Hold on to your shins or wherever you can. Now try and lift your chest and give me a little bit of extension with that mid and upper back. And you should feel a little bit more pull in the back of the legs. Just breathe. Try not to hold on to the grip. Soften your shoulders. Beautiful. I'd like you to bend your knees for me. Hip distance apart. Take your fingertips so they're towards your buttocks. I don't want you to overextend your elbow joint. I'd like you to tuck your tailbone under, scoop, now drive up and pick up your hips. So here you're aiming to get the front line of your body like a tabletop. We're going to tap the buttocks to the floor. So we tap and we lift. Tap, squeeze the buttocks. 6 more and lift. So lots of glutes again. 4, close your ribs. 3, squeeze. 2, squeeze. Last one, hold it up. Make sure you're not there. Nod your chin and set everything down. Shake out your arms if you're feeling a bit of tension to that wrist joint. Make a soft fist. Let's rotate. Just releasing the wrists and then go the other way. We're going to add on to that. If it's not for you, you stay with what we've just done. So fingertips, remember, face towards your buttocks. Tuck and roll a little bit. Feel the connection. Now drive up. Squeeze the buttocks. So here's our flow. We extend the left leg. Extend the right. Try not to drop your hips. Walk the left foot back in. Walk the right. Give me 2 triceps. Dips. Push. 1 more. Let's go again. So we extend left. We extend right. Left comes in, right comes in, 2 dips. Elbows point backwards. Beautiful. Let's go again. Left, right. Don't push into the back of your knees. Left, right. Elbows point backwards. Feel the work through the triceps. 2 more. Left, right. Left leg comes in, right, 2 dips. Elbows point back. Beautiful. Last one. It's left. It's right. Back of the bodies. Feel the burn. 2. Squeeze. Remember, it's the arms you want to use. Hold it up and set everything down. Good job, guys. Shake it out. Make a soft fist again and just rotate. So let's stretch it out a little bit. Come into child's pose for me. So you're going to press back. Sit bones towards your heels. And allow your chest to fall through your arms. Just take a breather for a moment. Now I'd like you to come up. You're going to cross your ankles. And you're going to lean forward and drop your hips towards the mat as you surge your chest through. Lift your eye gaze a little bit. Hold it here and breathe. 4, Beautiful stretch. Then we're going to tuck the tailbone under, uncross your ankles, and come back to your child's pose. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. So we roll up, we cross the ankles, we drop the hips, and we surge the chest through. Beautiful. And then we roll, and we come back to the child's pose. Slight change now. We're going to come up, cross the ankles, and stay here. Make sure you haven't dropped your hips like we did with the stretch. Pick your hips up. Elbows point towards you, and we do one press. Exhale, push, and cross the ankles, child's pose. We've got 4 of these. We cross the ankles. Do not drop your hips here. Elbows close to the body, and we push up. Uncross and come back to your child's pose. 2 more. We cross the ankles. Don't drop your hips. Elbows close to the body, and we push up. Beautiful. And back to child's pose. This is your last one. We cross the ankles. Elbows close to the body, and we push up. And we come back to child's pose. Bend your elbows. Allow your chest to fall through, and take a moment to breathe. Beautiful. Tuck your tailbone under, and let's roll up. Beautiful. So we're going to finish off with a little bit of plank flow. I've warmed you up, connecting to the front and back of the bodies, working through the shoulders to get to this point. Please remember, take it at your own pace, and if you need to drop your knees, please do so. But we're going to start off slowly, setting it up before we go into the full exercise. So come onto all 4. Spread your fingertips. You're going to take your left leg long so your toes are on the floor. So here we're just gliding forwards. Take the whole body with you onto the tiptoes, and then we're pushing back through the heel. Forward and back. Beautiful. So this is just setting you up for what's about to come. Just being aware, shoulders face the floor, hips face the floor. And we're just feeling that body forward and back. Last 2. And back. Last 1. Hold it here. Now we're going to take that leg up. Make sure you haven't shifted your hips. You're still facing the floor, and you're trying to get your leg hip height if you can. We bring it in. It's a tuck. Bring your knee to your nose to your knees, and we tap the floor only. Don't take it high. We tuck and we tap. Exhale and inhale. 4 more. My arms are straight, my elbow joints soft. 3. Here I want you to connect to your abdominals. It's going to get a little harder in a moment. 1 more. Exhale, take it back and come onto all 4s. Let's do that on the other side. So extend your right leg. Tuck your toes. We go forward and we push back. So I'm moving my body on one plane, which is forwards and backwards. And I'm just taking a note of how this feels. 4 more. Each side might be different. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. Lift your leg up. Notice what happens to your body in it to enable you to do that. Don't open your hips. We tuck. Exhale. But now we take the toes to the floor. Let's go. 7 more. Tuck. And I want you to feel your abs here. Feel your breath. Breathe out. Exhale and inhale. 4 more. My arms are straight. My elbow joints soft. 3. And I'm rounding my spine in that tuck. 2 more. Trying to get my nose to my knee. Last 1. Hold it here and come onto all 4s. Child's pose. Let's just release those wrists for a moment. Make a soft fist if you need to. And then tuck and roll up. Now we're going to come into the full exercise. Coming onto all 4s, we take those legs long. We're aiming for a plank position here. Shoulders above your wrists, spine is long. Now pick up your hips and make your way into a down dog. So we're trying to get the heels towards the mat. You're going to pick up your left leg like a 3-legged dog. Lift it up. Shoulders stay facing the floor. We're going to come into the chest. Exhale. We're going to press back into that 3-legged dog. And again, to the chest. Exhale. Then take that leg back. Same leg. We're going to go wide. Knee to the elbow and back to the 3-legged dog. And again, knee to elbow. My shoulders keep facing the front. But this time, I turn my hips, but keep my shoulders straight. Twist. And back to the three-legged dog. One more. I turn and twist. Back to the three-legged dog, trying to get the bottom heel to the mat. And I come back to my down dog. And then I come back to my plank. Take a breather. So we want to get the technique right, so our form is correct, and we don't want to be tired. Stay here. Let's stretch it. Interlink your fingers. Knees are wide. Lift your chest. Now lower forward as you take your fingertips to the ceiling. And relax your forehead on the mat. Breathe. Tuck and roll up. Let's do it on the other side. So shoulders above your wrists, knees underneath your hips. Let's come into our plank. Shoulders back and down, navel up and in. Lift your hips, and it's a down dog. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Pick up your right leg. Make sure you've changed legs. And we tuck. And then back to the down dog. And we tuck. And again, back to that down dog, and we go wide. Knee to elbow. Shoulders stay facing the mat. They are square always. Knee to elbow. Last set, guys, you've got this. We rotate. Hips are rotating, shoulders stay square. Back to the three-legged dog. One more, and we rotate. Back to the three-legged dog. We lower back to the down dog. Breathe and come to the plank. Hold. Knees wide. Press back, child's pose. Woo. My heart rate is up. Tuck your tailbone under and roll up. Beautiful, guys. Let's make a soft fist and just rotate. Awesome. Beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that Pilates Series 3. Please, as always, I'd love to hear your feedback, and I hope to see you on the mat next time. Please keep safe. Bye for now.
Well, make your